Chill out, chill out.
Talking about him, particularly versus Nongshim, the one to go toe to toe with that front line, delivering again here at the start Haven.
And if that's going to be the, I don't want to say X Factor player, you can only looking at your base and draws as well, but if he can find a nice kind of level of impact too, that adds such a lovely 1-2 punch for the G2 side. So at this point, you're looking them to try and keep this clean. We'll see potentially, I mean, 3 ideally alive. Leaf and Valen may suffer a loss if they have to, but the others you'd really like to see them kind of build those funds around the weapons there into the bonus.
Still BBL. You'll see, just seeing the rotation come across towards Rose. G2 actually prioritizing the slip up towards B.
Until
A couple of players maybe to greet this.
2 p.m. I mean 2 a.m. No one watching me. Will end stream, guys. Thank you.
I like this from Leaf. Oh, I didn't get that first shot as cleanly as I'm sure he'd like, but you'll take that. Job done there. Open up that C plant now for the rest of the G2 boys. So this is nice work. Very steady, very meticulous. And that's the kind of tempo I expect from G2. Keep BBL under the thumb. Don't let them build too far. Don't let them get away with the game plan. Keep them very much in control, because roll your mind back, G2, especially on this map, I think it was Trent who stood out to me up against T1.
Yeah, it was Trent that just went nuclear, yeah.
Heroic level of form from him. So they are going to catch Leaf, but he was allowed off the leash. Anyway, you could see the switch up of the weaponry. So it's going to be Valen who may be able to stick around a little bit longer, just in case. But again, full shield wouldn't be the end of the world to back away if he wants to.
Really, Leaf sent forward there, just 2 away from the dimensional drift very early on. Jorgamo, obviously the second one you want to see farming this early progress and might just get a chance here ahead of the spike go down. No, we're going to give it up here. 3 will fall. G2 will find the second with relative ease, 4 left standing.
This is nice. And this is controlled, and I need to see that. And I want G2 to play their own game, to not fall into playing how BBL would like it to feel, or kind of getting down in the mud. And sometimes it's hard to avoid that. I think that's a fair assessment at this level. But still, I'd like them to try and keep their head above it.
Even when they were trying to match Nongshim, it wasn't as if things got chaotic for G2. They still looked very composed. It was more Danby being a little the random anomaly, right, to some of those equations. But I think back to map 1 and Abyss, and G2, right place, right time and time again. Rose here will catch with the drone. Doesn't tell too much here. A little trade off of damage here, but Baby still at 82. And trying to posture up a little bit towards Garage once more and manipulate that rotation. Triple we dealt with here, and Rose has actually given up the sight here.
Gosh, I feel like G2 has such a lovely idea of what BBL have been getting away with. As Rose does go towards heaven, it's already being watched. It's so pixel perfect from G2. The plan is meticulous. And this is a bonus, a well-invested one, bear in mind. But now look at the timing for Trent. Look at Jorgamo. If he gets this right, and he absolutely does, this is absolutely poetry in motion. You can't help but enjoy it for G2. They don't need to overextend now. They have such
Trent
advantages.
As well.
And Trent, I mean, I thought it was it, but still, they get to maybe stay alive, but they get a chance to play this back through. G2 are on the money today, and Leaf is landing shots. This is a different caliber from the G2 boys. Bonus is theirs, looking solid.
Just a moment too soon for Rose to give up the angle here, the reposition to heaven. Obviously, the safer option than contestant sight. Baby just posted up. G2 not allowing firepower to become a factor in a lot of these situations.
Great read, lovely preparation from Leaf is at 6-1. He's at 6-1. And Joe, if we get it back and forth between these two, do it.
Give
please,
it to me.
Please. If this gets a little bit of pressure on BBL, I'm up for the challenge. This is excellent stuff, and Leaf is just such a monstrous player.
We already talked about the early progress here. Does have ultimate available. Here it popped right now, going to pave the way for G2 potentially through Garage. 4 looking to rotate through spawn already for BBL, but Krevin on an island right now.
Confidence for Leaf. He wants an absolute fight on it, and he's standing his ground, and you can see why. The one-man army tearing apart BBL, who have looked irrelevant to these rounds. G2 showing pedigree, showing control. And hell, they got firepower to boot.
Flawless round to find a 4th. Ball definitely rolling here. BBL need to switch something up. We're back out of this timeout here. We'll have the purchase, don't have any ultimates available just yet. Barely anybody getting on the board. Just a couple of kills so far for them.
It's a one-man Leaf. What a, again, this feels like they have prepared perfectly, Mike. I think that when we talked about that tape being there, this has been a really strong hold for BBL. But no other team had been able to maybe manage them so easily or kind of find solutions. But I mean, this is what you expect from a quality team like G2.
Yeah, I come back to the same point. This isn't even a firepower discussion, which time and time again with BBL, it's can they actually just frag their way back into a few rounds, string something together, get the operator online for Lovers Rock. None of those factors already here in the opening rounds are going to be an issue for G2. In total control of the map, total control of the tempo, and for me, the Coinbase win condition coming out of this timeout for BBL needs to be around aggression, proactivity, take the fight to G2. Again, they can't allow this downtime to really build against them.
Yeah. I'm liking this. Pressure put to BBL. Do they have the ability to even elevate to the same degree we know that G2 can play at? And I think we've all been kind of waiting and watching to see if that would maybe happen with G2. It's been a bit shaky at times, but this feels very nicely prepared.
Operators in a row. Operators out for Lovers Rock.
4th place stack to say. Baby's on it again. This is looking like they have done their homework. G2 are absolutely in charge here. Once again, Rose forced to back away, forced to feel readable, and they are not getting the fights they want. They cannot activate, and this is purely because of how G2 are playing.
First time they go forward and actually challenge this early angle. Invested as well with bodies. Rose now slipping back to more traditional position for him. Lovers Rock down to 6 HP. They might just rewalk mid here, but Rose has been found. He's having real issues here in Santiago of holding down the A site.
And Leaf is just continuing to apply pressure to the wound, right? And these three, maybe at one point they would have loved maybe a bit of mid-pressure to come in on that flank, something we've seen them have in the past. Here, you'll be lucky to save. This might be top 4 quality coming out from G2, and this could be the difference of the big boys for BBL. Yes, they had a great back and forth with some of the other teams. Hell, they took NRG to OT, map 3. They've already proven they can hang with the big boys, but this is now deep in tournaments. This is deep at an international, where you can't keep getting away with the same ethos anymore. And with G2's ability to prep, it's just stunning.
I mean, normally we talk about an early timeout and it being for the next round. This is the buy round. This is what they've pieced together to try and find a response. And it's with very, very little resistance. G2 won the round in the first 25 seconds.
And it's not the first time. It is not the first time. Even though Baby Bay was positioning up with that op as well, it feels like they're reading how they wanted to bring that operator in potentially. That check on long, look at this.
Rock's not even in a position to try and deny the flash by turning it. Again, Rose caught off guard. Like I said, you've seen that a few times on Haven in terms of him being pivotal, anchoring down the A site. Slight overstep on the clone previously. Again, falling here after the rotation. They've actually disconnected from that first engagement. G2 now, a 5-round lead. Krevin hasn't really been able to find space anywhere with G2 have set up in this default. Lovers Rock still looking to get aggressive. Rose over towards Suez here. Lovers Rock actually taking the TP.
Big tempo change, but Baby Bay in the right place again.
I mean, expect to see him here majority of rounds with a scope. Like I said, it's to deny Krevin, deny LaRock, potentially Lovers Rock on these walkouts down C-Long. And if they can control that, it takes away a lot of the options for aggression on the defense for BBL. Loiter here, though. Pin it down, and Leaf finds a response.
I mean, Leaf has just been on the money for me every single time. I've not seen him be this lethal in a minute, but Loiter again down on 50 HP. That spike's not even committing. Look at how they are manipulating BBL. Yeah, they've got a bit of space down C-Long, but the A site's open. They're just figuring that out with the Owl drone. This is a different class. And again, Leaf already up on this jaw catch in the flank. It is perfection personified so far, and Leaf just teed up, man. This is just so easy for G2. They are a level above currently. As Lovers Rock, you'd just like to keep the gun if you can. Valen may not even let you. This is systematic domination. G2 looking like the big dogs today.
Absolutely flawless. G2 the ones to actually slip the net, take space away from BBL. Again, a great catch from Jorgamo. Again, the dart just not revealing. I think it was blocked by something actually. It looked like maybe it was a little too far, but Leaf not revealed here.
Stand up and look at Roland, bro.
Already here,
no,
yeah.
Okay, so this, look, I know it's been a hot topic of conversation, but if you're going to give it...
some.
Yeah, true. If you're going to give it, you've got to be ready to receive it. And if you start tilting when someone's standing up, giving it right back to you, hell, that's part of the game. This is why we love this. This is what you want to be seeing. Because do you actually have that capability to bounce back when you're starting to feel what it's like on the receiving end of it? And it's all good and well when it's smooth sailing. But for now, G2 creating stormy waters. Leaf again with a little test. I'm going to identify early Krevin. Now, at this point, G2's options are still very open here.
A little bit weird here, noting Krevin towards A. See what G2's response is. Loiter will find some space. And a view that Baby Bay's not actually patrolling this side.
Okay.
I don't think Loiter can get onto the backside of the run it back, but Trent is still here.
Timing. And it's going to be a bullet to the side of the brain. Valen instantly collects it. Finally, a good activation from Lovers Rock, but in the meantime, G2 have eyed up this C site. This is where they want to be. This is where they're heading. Spike is already going there.
We'll have Dimensional Drift here to invest for the retake. G2
I like this.
looking to push forward here.
I like this. There's the flash and Jorgamo rewarded. That's Laroc gone. And just getting the numbers on their side. These are just really nice fundamentals from G2 as well. And Jorgamo allowed to play it forward. Baby Bay on the 1-2 punch. And it's Laroc on backside. It is gorgeous for G2. They're up. They're giving it right back. Look at that scoreline. 7-0. This has been BBL's stronghold. This has been their haven, Mike. And now it is left in pieces.
Ken Loiter, just no idea of the timing, no idea of where G2 are positioned, just on an island here. And again, BBL aren't expecting a second push out. Jorgamo's initial flash here to remove a body in the retake.
You didn't even shoot a take. What are you?
And now, fortunately, BBL have to be on the receiving end of another round. You've got to question the mental now for a rookie roster to be up against this deficit. And the pressure building right in front of their eyes. I mean, the highest number of kills, 2 here for 3 members of BBL. Never seen them start this slow.
And it just compounds, doesn't it? You've got Leaf sitting on 10-3. Valen 9-1, Jaw 6-2. Hell, everyone's doing their job here, and they are up. They are giving it back. They are fired up. G2 are on the receiving end of a pretty brutal game, you know, so recently. So for them to be able to pick themselves up here, be in just, I mean, incredible form of preparation, and then adding to boot Leaf on top. I don't know if BBL have the capability to handle this.
Coming out of the timeout here, plenty of ults to rely upon, but again, it's not really come down to it. G2 able to find freebies across the map here. BBL going hyper-aggressive.
Yeah, but Jaw is right there. It's Kreven on the reward, and Valen does the dodge. Gonna get away with his life, and oh! It's stylish now from G2. 3 standing as Rose, wrong site, wrong score. Right now, not looking like the right outcome, but he is creeping back over towards B.
Oh, I think he's spotted.
Players, he's got one instantaneous, man. This is a different beast they're dealing with today.
They get absolutely nothing off this set piece, G2. Again, have been positioned here time and time again, but because BBL haven't figured out exactly what's going on after that first 5 or 10 seconds of his default, I mean, Valen's able to reset here, catch Lover's Rock, trying to capitalize on the pressure as well. Again, it's 2 kills for Kreven, and that's about it.
And this has been a really quiet game across the board. Take a quick glance at yourselves there. No one breaking above 3 kills. That's worrying signs.
Lover's Rock again. We're going to go down mid here. Rose, you get the confirmation towards lobby. Again, they haven't been able to get deep enough here to really pressure the back line of G2. Certainly going to be difficult here with Sheriffs and a Stinger. Kreven's still curious, but without contact being taken by anybody outside B here, well, might just catch it now on grass. Leaf actually wants to spot it first, though. Down to 40 HP, Kreven can't find anything on the other side.
Oh, okay, Loroc's got one there. But in the meantime, you look at what Jorgamo's up to. Still has a little bit of time on the ult to have a glance. Doesn't see anything down towards middle. But in the meantime, Baby Bay's controlling that backside, so they can ferry up that spike pretty comfortably here.
Oh, Baby Bay nearly just catching on there, but it's a pre-take. Jorgamo's going to come out, he's got 4!
He almost had the 5, but again, it is there. G2 on an unstoppable march. Near on perfection in this half at 9-0. I'm seeing no fight back from BBL now.
I mean, this is rehearsed as well. Jorgamo's posted up here the second the contact comes in mid. He pops his ult, capitalizes on C. This is really, really well thought out by G2.
80.
Very little that BBL can do here in the last few rounds. Operator back in hand for Lover's Rock.
They're trying, BBL are trying! And that's the first sign of light that they've actually had. But it's not safe with Leaf still alive. 2 big kills answering right back. Still has his ult. They still have Lover's Rock here. Pathing through sewer. Lover's Rock trying to hold the gap between. Leaf not stopping yet and committing towards that CT side.
Lover's Rock just posted up on the TP here. Will get the freebie. Leaf will fall. Just Valen and Trent left. First real advantage situation we've seen for BBL. And it comes in round 10. Still a chance here. They're going to get close enough to a long. Lover's Rock still operator in hand, but G2 are up close and personal here.
Lover's Rock not going to get given a challenge. They want to secure that plant. The time on their side. Nightfall going to go down, reveal nothing towards heaven. As they slowly build back in. There's the paranoia. It's time to go. This could be the heartbreak. This could be the nail in the coffin. And Trent's got the hammer in hand. Valen on the 1-2. Kreven can't do it. Valen's there. G2 are untouchable right now.
Like I said, the first real advantage they've had, and it crumbles in a 2v3. Absolutely insane from Trent and Valen here. The push and pull is beautiful to watch.
Stunning fundamentals.
Look at me, boy.
They got him on the ropes.
Trailing by 10. BBL just, and again, almost an overheat in the previous round as well. Doubling down once more though, Larocque. Straight down A long.
But the big boys on the other side, Leaf's been absolutely monstrous this half. As already that mid challenge or check has been found by G2.
We'll find a little bit of freedom towards Garage here. Lover's Rock has already repositioned towards site. Again, the confirmation here from Larocque going to be key in terms of nobody holding towards lobby. BBL should have a good idea of how G2 are set up right now. The trip's still not dealt with here, but I don't think Valen's been spotted. You see they're just waiting for BBL to show their hand. That might just be it, Leaf, to shut down Lover's Rock.
It's hard to not enjoy it, right? This guy is just getting so much freedom, finally brought to heel, but there's other bodies behind it. Bro's gonna catch Jaw in a little bit of a no-man land position, so they do again keep the numbers up. But this didn't stop G2 last round. They may not stop them now. Valen's still breathing, Trent's still alive, Baby Bay up. But Lloyd's position should be solid, and it is. The other two trying to find space towards this B side. It's going to be really hard to fight against, but Trent was a miracle worker before. And they might get a consolation round at this point. First found for BBL.
I mean, you're praying on a miracle here to string together a second behind that. It's only really Kreven that prevents this from spiraling out of control again. You can see the approach here from G2. They want BBL to feed into some of these setups to just catch this defensive proactivity, the aggression. That is the cornerstone of how BBL approach Haven. Oita and Lover's Rock will have ultimates here. On the other side, Jorgamo does have the run it back.
Always cubby to play from, pop flash in, spots out one, blinded, Jaw's gone well, but Lover's Rock answers back. It's a bloody battle down on A long as Rose tries to stand his ground. Jaw's got him dead to rights, and now a 3v2. Numbers up for G2 this time.
Oita's already over towards ramp though. Is he actually going to walk? He's smoking in! What is he doing?
Oh, it's mistakes. You can see it, the frustration. And now, Kreven, you're not going to get this done. Burning alive as G2 look untouchable, Mike. This level of form is unfathomable to BBL. They don't know how the hell to handle this team as G2 looking like those title contenders again.
Can I help you, sir?
Here's the bill from the dealership where I got my car. I'd like you to beat it with a better deal on one of these fine cars.
Not how it works.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill for a better deal today.
¿Qué partido estamos teniendo? ¿Cómo comienza esto? Por favor, quiero que animemos un poco a los equipos. Comencemos. BBL, BBL, BBL. Muy bien, muy bien. Ahora, ¿qué tal si nos hacemos un ole, 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 ole? De dos. Muy bien, ¿se van a dejar los fans de BBL? No lo puedo creer. De nuevo, BBL, BBL. Ahí van, ahí van.
I think
Y
even
ahora
the
queremos
crowd
escuchar
needs
a
a
los
little
fans
more
de
to
G2.
believe in here from BBL. One round, it's not going to inspire you. Jesus, they've got a gauntlet to go if they even want to make this competitive.
I mean, BBL just haven't lost a single defensive.
Lo que sí es que
Now
estamos
relying
pasando
on
increíble. Y ahora todos Santiago.
basically the raw firepower to carry them through this second half, and there might not be much of one, Lauren.
Oh,
With you on that, this
Absolute
looks...
mountain to climb.
Yeah, and that's without talking about just the individuals that have come online for G2. Jorgamo, 16-7, late in that first half, started to really pump up those numbers. Leaf, a threat from the start. Valen, solid as a rock, and the rest doing what is necessary. This has been a show of force from G2, and one that BBL will, I mean, probably sooner forget, but certainly remember their turn on the attack. But the bar has been set.
Try and pop on the back of this immediately here. Valen able to get out though. No harm, no foul on the way in. BBL should be able to get themselves a comfortable plant. G2 behind this. Tripwire to identify the flank. Rose still positioned pretty deep on C long. Again, there's no lurk to slow this down either. Nobody disconnected far enough to stop G2.
Yeah, right now, BBL surrounded. As it stands, G2 trying to get themselves to the right place to play this retake. 3-2 split through CT and Garage. And well, Jorgamo doesn't feel that phased by it all as G2 start as they mean to go on. Rose with a valiant attempt, but it's going to be 12 in a blink of an eye. This has been swift.
And nobody looking to get aggressive from BBL, even here in the confirmation of just one member of G2, sure, but again, the challenge in here, Jorgamo just giving a freebie on the second to Lover's Rock. Rose, unfortunately, is just too much to do for him to recover here. Already seeing something, a byproduct of that first half where BBL slipping into the shell a little bit. Obviously going to see the investment here, but I mean, there's not many positives. So maybe LaRock to get something done with the Bucky on the way in here. Initial burst towards Garage. He's looking for these sheriffs to find a pick somewhere. Leaf though with a judge inside the smoke. Revealed, but TP's out.
Okay, calm in approach for now. Valen, no playing just yet. Laroc getting closer. Holding the other side of that smoke as it drops. Oh, he lost sight for a second, but he comes out fine. BBL gonna find one back. Again, 4v4, that firepower is going to be brought into question here. G2 starting to apply a little bit more on towards the site. BBL digging in their heels now. Baby Bay does get the upgrade, but at what cost? There's Jaw, last one alive. This is a 1v4 needed. He wants to shut it down now. And I think they will at least extend play by a round.
Not even many upgrades to be found here, to be honest. A couple of SMGs for sure. See how the buy will settle here for BBL. Issue B. Again, I'm going to keep my eye on the full shields. I'm seeing Baby Bay toy with the idea of a scope. In terms of progress, I mean, Jogger already halfway. Yeah. Rose just one away from the Hunter's Fury as well. But it needs to be flawless from here on out. 10 rounds to find for BBL.
And it is a stark reminder of the quality we have here in Santiago. And oh, Leaf again, still gonna be drawing blood.
Look at
him, 11 HP. He almost had him as well.
Trying to come through here, Valen. Probably happy to challenge this now,
yeah.
but we'll shy away into the smoke. So Valen will be able to get back onto the angle.
Oh, Valen, this could be filthy for you. Do they check? They do. Okay, nice heads-up work from Rose there. See them desperate to find a bit of safety and stability for themselves. Caution being aired, but they need that plant now.
Really here. Jorgum a little bit of util. Let's have an upgrade. Baby Bait, 3 shots in the Headhunter. Do further damage, like I said, just chip away. Don't allow any safe purchases or fully safe purchases to go through, because it has to be flawless in terms of the finances here for BBL early on in the half.
And I still don't think BBL are even out of the woods in this round just yet. There's the flash and there's a swing, and Jaw's going to get 1. Everyone going to find 2 as a reaction, and Trent falls. It's the 3rd for BBL.
Look at my chance here to take the fight to BBL. Already a ton of work done here to get the ultimate early enough to contest the first true buy round. In Lovers Rock, maybe toy with an operator here. On the other side, the Baby Bait already got one in his hands.
Well, that's early.
He's going to be tasked with holding down C Long here. Lovers Rock looking as if he wants to go towards double doors to look for a pick.
Early interest from Trent, and it's Larocque to receive a lot of damage. Unconfirmed that the smoke was in play, but still, could come back to haunt them later into this round. Lovers Rock trying to find someone to open this, and Leaf is probably the one I try and avoid, but a lovely pick there from him. Working the map, as you said, almost starting with double doors, then shifting over toward putting the sewer scale up. BBL, do they even think about it? Rose is going to try and pressure and clear through long. Valen still unchecked. They have got to be on the money with this. Loiter tries to challenge. Valen going to find him stunned up. He stands his ground. There is no fear from this G2 side. And with a scoreline like this, you can't blame them. They're having to put everything into it.
With a jump scare there on the way back, but Jorgman's found Kreven.
Starting to look like this could be a bit of a death rattle back from BBL, but is there more to be found here? Rose trying to puff up the chest and be bold about it, but Flash, stop! Joe's got him dead!
That's a spike!
That's 2 now, mistakes being made. Larocque desperate to try and make up for it, digging deep himself. Calling the aggression in a 2v2. Needed now, you can see it, just those pixels. He tries to creep forward, doesn't want to give away anything. Playing together, shoulder to shoulder. Trent was masterful at this before. Baby Bay doesn't get the shot, and they are holding on. Trent in the 1v2. Flash goes in, he stands his line. Lovers Rock puts him to bed. 4 for BBL. And they had to fight hard for 4.
I mean, just seeing Rose so desperate to punish the ultimate from Jorgamo. It throws the spike out on an island. This is such an insane recovery from Larocque and Lovers Rock. And that's with Larocque tagged up so low early on. The Hunter's Fury being posted just to force Valen out from sewers. To show. And they stabilize off that.
2 PM? Oh shit.
Bucky in the mix here. Stinger for Valen as well.
28 minutes again.
Don't know if they'll be able to dig that out.
No one watching, no one comment.
It's 4 basically.
I will end stream both.
Lovers Rock going to note Valen. Does that give away much, or do they do intended and continue towards this C side. Baby now on the line. BBL weighing up their options.
I don't know if there's any confirmation of other players' whereabouts towards garage, but two players here. Rose, and actually, that was wrong to find Baby. Was a little unready for that.
Yep, I'm looking at middle as well, though. We have pressure coming. Trent trying to buy some time. Gets cleared by Rose. Valen going to hear this. They can pull a rotation or two. That's going to be a... Oh! Okay, that's a big answer. I really thought Valen had that one dead to rights. What's up next for BBL? Leaf with an operator, Jaw with a sheriff. He's just going to send it in. Okay, they're going to keep it up. I'm down for it. If you want to be a villain at 4-12, more power to you. Leaf would love to try and keep this. And BBL, again, it has to be flawless the entire time, Mike.
Did I spot that, by the way? Jorgamo mollied Lover's Rock, and he just burnt to death. I don't know if there's any damage initially on that peak, but Leaf does have the operator in hand. Probably going to try and do some damage if he, well, can get another angle, but...
It's being hunted.
I was going to say they're hesitant to obviously force the issue here. Slip back into garage here, and Lloyd's already pushing down long. They should know about this.
Yeah, that's one, and there goes the operator. Okay, 3 alive. A couple of big ults to play with, but it does feel like a house of cards that could fall down at any moment, right? These are still very, very close rounds, and these were light investments coming out from G2. Now they're back on a good buy here. Another big challenge coming up for BBL.
Great catch from Lloyd to here as well. Valen obviously held in place by the trip to follow on from that. G2 call a timeout here as a couple more ultimates coming online. Jorgamo just 2 away from his second run it back already. Do have the dimensional drift and the divide. Can revert back to a retake if they will try and put Baby a little deeper somewhere, maybe find a pick, but 4 rounds here in a row for BBL. On the other side of that, actually, Lover's Rock does have his dimensional drift available. Just missing a couple more points here and there.
But again, this is also just a nice momentum.
Ini rame, kurang rame nih. Ntar Peprex rame lagi nih.
There isn't particularly a hurry. This is
Nonton.
just take a second, take a breather, touch base, figure out what's been going on here. As again, you don't want to take that window of chance. Again, we know it is very fragile at this point for BBL, but regardless of that, you don't want to let them get that confidence. Breeze would be coming up next, of course, so for now, if they can keep them kind of as they are under the heel, that would be ideal. Let's see if there's something in mind here is just the get it done, get it over the line, give us a round.
BBL will stack up outside lobby here, whether or not this is just to try and put Lover's Rock on an early angle. Again, caught a bit of damage here initially. LaRock previously. There's 3 members of G2 here to control the space. Maybe it does have that operator here. Don't get a confirmation of the setup just yet. Reposition here, Leaf. Tucked into garage. Does have the dimensional drift to get right behind this A site hit if it comes to fruition.
It's kind of a powder keg waiting to go. Baby's got a line, gonna have to back away. Still has Trent there by his side, and obviously Valen toward that CT area, but G2 aren't willing to fully commit to the rotation just yet. Still have enough players here. Lover's Rock will be able to identify quite a few bodies if he does go hunting. He's cleared towards that quad side, takes a look towards back sight, and he's going to see him, but Jorgamo finds him first. Now, Jaw has to be careful not to get caught out on here, because look at where that spike's heading. Look at this TP as well. That could catch him here. Do they consider it? I think Jaw does.
Yeah,
Jaw absolutely does keep it in mind. Loiter might be dead. He is! Jorgamo at the helm! Decimating BBL here, down to 3 now, looking desperate in this.
We'll be able to get onto site here, the scale up. Actually conceded by G2, but Leaf's still here.
I don't know how they're going to make it across safely. Okay, that's it. They just get the timing right, have a little bit of a posture up towards garage. Plants now in. It is a 3v5 though. They've got the divide. G2 have every single tool necessary to make this one hurt. Jaw, that's 3. He wants more. He might get some more here. Still on the hunt for it. Oh, Rose desperately tries to hold on, but G2 remain making BBL look mortal, proving they bleed like all the others.
Yo, listen, I'm gonna say this now because I want to speak to you guys real quick as we ease into the game, as we're setting up.
Yes, sir.
No matter what the score is, I need energy from.
Oh,
I need locked in dives from Alex, confident dives. Trent, I need confident to your teammates. The way you speak to each other is the way we're gonna play. Okay? Let's go, boys.
coba kita lihat ini. Oh lo mereka cok balik udah. If they lose, you going home. If you not lose, going to champion, bro. Damn. I'm waiting for this, bro. 14 March. Alright.
He's hunting down that title.
The time to write the next chapter in the esports history books is finally here.
And they fold it in his hands yet again. Steps up to the plate, and he could knock this one out of the park. Now they shall be engraved alongside the greats.
Ponla pa' subirle esa chapa, me gustan pila y tú sabes que yo soy puto que estoy la es mentira. Full de los bolsillos pa' darte lo que tú pidas, ya están dándole a la tu si va con un vuelo de ida. Ponla pa' subirle esa chapa, me gustan pila y tú sabes que yo soy puto y que estoy la es mentira. Full de los bolsillos pa' darte lo que tú pidas, ya están dándole a la tu si va con un vuelo de ida. Ponla pa' subirla, ponla pa' subirla, ponla pa' subirla, ponla pa' subirla.
Josh RT of G2, dominant win on Haven. What is your evaluation of BBL on that map and how they played?
Honestly, I'm very, very impressed with BBL. When I watched him, I thought, man, this Rose guy, he has like great IGL calling, and I'm very, very like impressed about how they structured their team and all the pressures they apply. So it was a lot of overnight studying for me, not a lot of sleep, but I feel like I prepped the boys well to show them like what to expect, and I think we handled it well. Hopefully we keep it going. I know map 1 we usually do all right, but map 2 like sometimes we fall back. So I gotta make sure the boys are locked in.
Okay, well, one more thing, because the boys were extremely hyped up. We've never seen Leaf stand up so much. Is your plan to tell him to keep it going, you know, let him have it, or whoa, tone it down?
He had a great first half start. I think in the second half, I think it got into him a little bit too much. So as usual, I'll make sure like he tones it down a little bit, like make sure he's even more even-keeled.
Okay. All right, thank you and good luck on Breeze.
Thank you.
Welcome back to our analyst desk. On the other side of an utter shellacking of BBL on Haven. A dominant showing here from G2, and we're not going to waste any time, Mimi Kukuka. We're going to dive straight into some of the more impactful moments in this game that kind of demonstrated just how much of a read G2 had and just how much the work for Josh overnight paid off.
Yeah, this is our Verizon iSpeed moment. It's a Telestrator IF prep. In the pre-show, if you were watching, we talked about how good this Cypher composition was for BBL in freeing up rotation in their defensive macro. And I want to show how Josh RT and the gang at G2 absolutely dismantled it. This is round 3, the bonus after G2 wins pistol. And you'll note it's the standard Cypher setup here with 2 trips in garage and towards C long. Let's look at how G2 deals with this. Initially, they're going to put some pressure over towards A lobby, showing a flash, a haunt, making it feel like there's something there. And at the start of this round, BBL is just playing a solo Sova who he'll react by going for the drone. While that's going on, check out how G2 is immediately stepping into the next stage of their plan. 2 players, the Fade and the Phoenix, are going back mid, and their job is going to be to destroy this tripwire and remove information from BBL's defense. Already 1 question created towards A. Now here comes the next question mark. A flash out into mid. They go and take space in garage. And check out this detail that only this kind of odd comp that G2 is doing can bring through. The Phoenix wall does utility damage. So they throw it in a position where as you watch that icon, look, it burns away. Down goes the Cypher Trip. There was a C's comboed to make sure Kreven didn't swing and pick that up. And all while that's happening, well, look over towards CA site. There was a rotation away from Rose, who felt like that was going to be more of an execute on the C side of the map. And now there's a question mark here, question mark in mid, question mark over towards A. BBL has lost the majority of the map. It's a free contact into A, and Baby Bay perfectly holds for Rose to swing for one of his 3 kills that map. As they walk in, it's now a post plant, and there's even more. Check out these players that got embedded up. They hear the rotates, they contact forward, and they absolutely eviscerate BBL. This 11-1 was brought because of prep, anti-stratting, and a perfect read from G2.
Mimi, come on, he had 4 kills, you know?
I'm sorry,
don't do it like
sorry,
that. Listen, he had 4. No, but listen, we had the expectations set for G2. We knew that they were going to be prepped, but they ticked every single one of the boxes, breaking the utility, making them over-rotate, the individuals popping off. And speaking about individuals, we need to talk about Jogemo and Leaf, especially about Jogemo. You saw it, you showed it there in the Telestrator, but I think all throughout the map, all through and through, even in the last rounds where G2 was struggling to close this one out, it was Jogemo time and time again. And we can say the same about Leaf. The amount of space that they found, how controversial it was to go up against them, and all of the flashes that they were putting. We know that BBL likes taking on those duels, and all of them favor G2.
It does feel like also, because you have utility damage off the Blaze Wall, you don't need the shock darts to clear some of the Cypher utils. So it opens you up to bring the Fade in here alongside this already really impactful double flash setup.
Yeah, there's so much utility to bully players off lines, and I think that's really why this is great into double duelists. You see those A reclear rounds, that was a big fixture for me. Flashes were excellent at shutting the duelists down, especially when it's combined with that Prowler. You got a little dog running at you, a flash coming for you, and we're talking a lot about the macro, about how good this prep was, but individually, I mean, how damn good was Jaw? 25 kills?
Nitro didn't even need to play. That was insane. I think that he didn't even like have duels with some of the players. And on the other side, right? Let's speak a bit about BBL. We've expected Rose to, you know, change a little bit things on the Colin and what really seems like
3
it
minutes.
just happened too fast for them to adapt. And the ideas that G2 kept bringing in did not make it any easier. We also have to talk about and draw some comparisons with LaRock, right? He did not have a good map, and it resembles a little bit about what happened against NRG.
Yeah, not what you're looking for BBL if you need someone back in the game. Now, my big question for BBL is, have you learned anything now? Let's hear what Coach Key had to say ahead of map 2.
Here with Key of BBL now. Coach, 11-1 first half on Haven, which was your pick. So why do you think the gap was so big in that first half?
That was the start like we did against NRG. We just didn't show up, and we have no brave to fight against them. But like we played NRG, hopefully it will be like this on the second map and the third map.
Slow start, but the boys are locked in and you guys are ready to go, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, thank you so much and good luck.
Okay, so Key of the opinion that this is exactly the same issue they had against NRG and they just quote-unquote didn't turn up?
I disagree. I think that the key to map 1 was G2 watching the VODs, coming in with very strong specific preparation of how to dismantle BBL's defense, and BBL not changing enough to adapt. I think that's more core than just individual underperformances.
But I think it does hold the resemblances with NRG. Do you not remember that Pearl and how they were so sure about the composition and whatnot, and how they dismantled it? So I think
no one chat, no one see.
find the same solution that he did against
Okay, 60 seconds.
Take a look at the agent select. Another player that I think we highlighted a little bit in that highlight.
Thank you guys for watching.
In this map, even starting on the
We'll stream next time.
that he's going to have. And for BBL, LaRock has to tune in again.
Yeah, it was a really great read map 1 from G2 of how they moved around the map on their attacking side. I'm expecting them to want to play similarly here. The Breeze is a different beast. It's a lot easier for the individuals like LaRock and Lovers Rock to get involved and win it that way. This is a great chance in my mind for BBL to get back into the series at what they're best at.
And do not forget what's at stake. We're speaking about BBL with the potential of making history, and it's not going to be an easy one to make.
All right, let's jump right back into the action after a quick map 1. Pansy, Hypoc, it's on you.
Well, this is the fun part, isn't it? Breeze now coming up next, and BBL with a brutal wake-up call of the difference of these sort of levels. You earn your legacy here. Santiago leaves nothing to be hidden, nothing to chance, as G2 have set the standard and they've set it high.
Yeah, and I just want to come back to the, again, just to note, LaRock seems to be the king of map 2 for BBL. Talking about previous performances here, but you come to a map like Breeze, and there's just huge opportunities for a team to compete.
Oh, thank you guys.
Disregard macro.